What's up, guys? So this morning did a lot of stuff to the car. Today, I guess in general, I went ahead and got a good package in after going to put a note on the mailbox, just bringing awareness to the thefts of packages in the neighborhood and everything. I talked to a couple of neighbors and everything, and surprisingly, there's actually 2 more neighbors who have had stuff stolen in the past week. So I'm installing another camera outside of the house for the front yard, as well as the backyard. The garage already has 2 cameras in it, just to be safe. You know, you never know what's happening. So yeah, be aware and protect yourself and make sure that you can do signature required for your deliveries. This package came in, the Stewart water pump. It's a brushless pump. It's pretty cool because it actually draws less than 10 amps at full tilt, and it moves 55 gallons per minute. It's a brushless pump. I took it apart, the inlet and the outlet right here. These are both aluminum, and I'm going to be welding -16 weld-on Phoenix Industries weld-on fittings on those, or I'm sorry, weld bungs on those. Bulkhead is going to be back here somewhere. I'm not sure if the pump's going in the middle or if it's going to be going over on the side. I even thought about putting it on this side. I want to make sure the weight is distributed evenly. I really like where the water fill neck, the coolant overflow is. This radium coolant overflow, it's going to be here. That's where I want it. That's really where I want it. I'm not opposed to changing it. I just think that's a good spot for it. I like the way that it looks and everything, nice and neat. I'll be taking into a couple other things for weight consideration, but I think that's where I want it for sure. In other news, sorry to bring you guys up to speed on everything. Oh, my Prius broke this morning. That sucks, but it's all good, not letting it slow me down. This is where I'm at with all of my plumbing. This is sick. So sick. It's coming out awesome. Really good. The banjo fittings, those are like my new favorite thing, banjo fittings. They're so convenient. 10 millimeter bolt head, perfect. Love them. The good news is all of my heat exchangers, with the exception of potentially a fuel cooler, is on its way. They've all been submitted for production, and now we are just waiting for them to come. Those are actually going to be signature required, thank God. Radiator is still going to be going back here. I'm not sure if it's going to be angled up or flat, straight down like that. Originally, I had the orientation of the radiator, something like that, maybe something like this. But you know what? The more that I think about it, the more that this just makes sense. Obviously, this can go down more because it would be sticking up. But, yeah, I like that. The weight distribution is going to be real good right there. I also thought about putting it up like this, so that it could suck from this part over here, right? So it'd suck from this, and then I would have to vent all the back end out the back of the car, and then I could do some pretty cool vents right here on the side of the hatch, that come up and down, like kind of teardrop them, like scallop them in like that, and then they could vent and feed the radiator nice fresh air. And it would be cool because not a lot of people vent the sides right here. They always vent one hole up here or in the back there. But if you think about it, drift cars, pretty much this is the angle that you're going to be driving at 50% of the time. The other half is the other side, so you'd be getting lots of fresh air right here. Bam, direct shot straight in. The only bad part is you might get some debris in there because you're going to be chasing cars and they throw things up. But that would be a really cool way to do that. I'm thinking about that a lot. It's on my mind. Keeping all the cool build stuff, juices flowing, And I think that is about it to catch you guys up to where I'm at right now. Oh, yeah. All right, so despite all the crap that's been happening with the thefts and the packages, some packages did come in today. I am so pumped. BorgWarner EFR 8474. Let's open it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, this thing is beautiful. Look at it, all its glory. Oh, pretty light too. In love again, as always. BorgWarner, you guys are the best. What do we get? Some badass hardware from McMaster Car. I got these little felt washers for my helmet so it doesn't scratch up the visor and the visor itself and the shield. And then also I got these for the firewall so I can have some nice hardware here. I don't like the button head Allens. You know, I really do like just regular 10mm heads. These are really nice. I think this is the blue zinc coating. And then this is for the helmet plus a lot of other things. And this is just 16mm, 10mm head. It's M6 1.0. That's the jam right there. This is like pretty much most small fasteners on my car. So got some high grade 8 bolts, and yeah, we'll be putting all those to use. What's up, guys? Man, I've been on it full steam pretty hard here. I skipped some spots, or I skipped a little bit of time. You know, I kind of got wrapped up in just really focusing on how I wanted this to turn out and everything. Plus, I'm not even gonna lie, I bit off a lot before season, and this is me doing everything I can to catch up. So I do apologize for not documenting this aspect of the build. As you guys can see, I've gotten pretty far with the motor side of the plumbing. All vacuum lines are going to be 100% done. Aside, well, I guess that's not 100%, huh? It's 90% done. I have one more for the blow-off valve. Fuel feed lines, everything to the pulsation dampeners, to the fuel pressure regulator, the gauge on top. All of that stuff is pretty much done other than the return right over here. So I got all that stuff done just constantly. I've probably been back and forth to Phoenix Industries, like, no joke, I don't know, like 12 times or something like that. And it's not their fault, it's not my fault. It's just part of the process. You know, like this whole time I wanted to or I had these fuel lines here running across the back, right? But I just remembered every time I do that, whenever I get down there, or let's say I want to like service the motor or whatever, I always think like, oh crap, those fuel lines are in the way. Or when I pull the gearbox out to do like a clutch, or if I just want to like check the gearbox out, or anything that requires moving transmission, which doesn't take much or that long now that it's like a sequential, let me rephrase that. It doesn't take as long now because it's built to be serviced. Anytime I want to move the transmission, change the clutch, do any type of service down there, whatever it is, clutch release bearing, doesn't matter. Those fuel lines were in the way of the transmission mating up to the actual rear iron. And so last minute I was like, crap, let me change this. And so I routed them up and over the vacuum block, which was like a super easy fix, which I never thought about before. And so I'm really happy with that. That's dope. Also, I'm going to be trying these pulsation dampeners. Now, I'm very, very, very particular and wary of new parts and how they're supposed to function. A lot of the times I feel like companies don't do the correct research and development in order to put a product out, and they just put a product out without even testing it on anything, which is problematic because, you know, people spend a lot of money on these parts, and not only that, but just getting to the track, you know? So with Radium, it's cool because they always test their stuff, and they don't just send stuff out into the field without being actually ran on people's cars after they've been actually tested in-house. So it's really cool to be working with a company that actually has products that do exactly what they say. Anyways, so for the secondary rail, there's going to be 4 injectors here, right? This is 4 1700cc injectors, the ones that were stolen, right off my driveway. But that's okay because Full Function Engineering and Injector Dynamics came together and they rock so hard because they helped me out with another set of replacement injectors and a fuel filter. Also, I want to thank a lot of my friends, including Jordan Martin, Farouk Kagoy. Man, there's so many people who offered to send me injectors, you know, just to get me running and make this round, you know. So I'm like blown away just by that, you know, like everyone just being super cool and coming together and offering their products to me, you know. So Thank you guys so much, seriously.